Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder in the final round, it came down to Backdraft taking on Brodozer. However, it was declared by merely inches that Ryan Johnson and Brodozer was the winner. Tonight, he defends the checkered flag. Is he going to be able to hold on to it for his team and hold on for another week on Thunder?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Week 4 of the March season on Thursday Night Thunder kicks off right now, and ladies and gentlemen, we have got 16 of MTA's baddest monster trucks ready to rock and roll for you right here in the MTA arena tonight. There you see in the shutdown area, a mud pit is staged. Who knows who's going to end up in it tonight? But the story is, Ryan Johnson and Brodozer, can he hold on to the checkered flag for a second week in a row? He's 4-0 in the racing series right now. After last week, we're going to find out if that checkered flag stays on the back of that truck. Looking at round 1 matchups, Backdraft, who was last week's finalist, will take on Max D Ice. Then, Crash Test Dummy takes on the Reptoid Machine, followed by Little Miss Dangerous taking on Zombie. And to close out the first half of round 1, Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend takes on Brian Prazak in the Monster Patrol Chevrolet, which ought to be a dandy to close out the first half of round 1. Up first, Ethan Medlin and Max D Ice, one-time Thunder champion, out here representing Sky High Racing, looking to keep all 4 tires on the ground, but he draws up against last week's finalist, Greg Durbin, in the Backdraft Dodge, who gave Ryan Johnson a run for his money last week in that final round. He wants to put the Dodge in the winner's circle here tonight. But first, he has to knock off Max D. Here's the green light now down the stretch. The Dodge has a lead. Max D trying to come back on him, and Medlin's upside down. Medlin rocked up and rolled over, coming across the finish line. He had his hands full. Greg Durbin wasn't cutting him any slack. Watch here in the MTA replay. Off the line, Durbin got him out of the hole. Max D trying to make a comeback, but loses it right there coming across that last set of cars. Medlin putting down the horsepower, and it was right there. You see him get bobbed up, tried to drive out and save it. Unfortunately, turned it upside down there at the finish line. And next up here in round 1, Kieran Adams and Crash Test Dummy representing KnJ Motorsports, the former 4-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, gets set now to take on the rookie Cam Smith out of Jacksonville, Florida, in the Reptoid Machine. He's got a big bad bow tie alcohol-fueled motor behind the seat of that truck. He is ready to rock and roll and take out Kieran Adams here in round 1. What's the 4-time champion got for Reptoid in the first round? There's the green light off the line. They're pretty even. Adams got a lead on him. Reptoid's in trouble. And Adams and Crash Test Dummy get the win over the Reptoid Machine. Here in round 1 action, we'll see the Crash Test Dummy back in round 2. Now up next in round 1, Little Miss Dangerous coming to the line, the 41 Willies. That's Jessica Cook behind the wheel, former 2-time Sunday Night Madness champion. However, she takes on another 2-time Madness champion. That is Brandon Jager in the Zombie Fire Machine stage in the far lane. He was the 2021 Livewire champion. He would want nothing more than to put Zombie back on the map here in round 1. Here's the green light. Zombie got her off the line. Little Miss Dangerous coming back now, and Jessica Cook taking over the lead there, coming across no man's land, and Cook puts Little Miss Dangerous in round 2 action. What a race it was. Zombie, though, is on the trailer. Now next up, out of Portage, Indiana, that is Brian Prazak and the Monster Patrol Chevrolet. He is representing Outlaw Motorsports, but he takes on none other than your boy Shaggy Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. He is rocking and rolling this season at the bottom of the bracket. He's looking to turn it around and bring the Legend back to the top of the heat. He's got this week and next week to do it. Can Monster Patrol hold him off here? Legend's got a lead, and Prazak's coming back on him. And Brian Prazak and Monster Patrol grab the win over Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend. Unfortunately, Shaggy's still going to hang out at the bottom of the points bracket. A tough break for the Legend team, and next up in round 1, James Valancourt, back behind the wheel of the Liquidator Machine this season. He is set now to take on Jamie Hurd and the Iron Outlaw Ford Expedition out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. But first, we take you back to last week. James Vaillancourt and Liquidator rolled the truck over. They broke off the right front spindle. Not to worry though, the team got down there and they got straight to work. The truck is back and ready to go right here tonight at 100%. They ain't cutting nobody any slack. KnJ is looking to overcome this next race. And now as we head up to the starting line, Jamie Hurd in the Iron Outlaw Ford staged over here in the far lane. He's looking to rock Vaillancourt's world here in round one action. But Vaillancourt knows how hard his crew worked to bring back Liquidator for this week's race. Who's it going to be? Two Fords about to go head-to-head. The Expedition and the F-250 down the straight stretch. Up and over no man's land is Vaillancourt and Hurd laying down a clinic here in round one. I do believe Vaillancourt may have gotten the win over the Iron Outlaw Ford. We're going to go back and take a look at the photo finish. Your winner is James Vaillancourt in Liquidator. We'll see him back in round two action. Now up next in round one, Chantel Bailey from Johnson Motorsports race team back behind the wheel of the Mountaineer, ready to take on the rookie sensation Michael Anderson and El Toro Loco. Now, you guys may not believe this, but earlier this season, Anderson gave Bailey a run for her money in the final round, in which Mountaineer took home the win, claiming her third Thunder Championship. You got to think Anderson wants a little bit of revenge. Who's it going to be? El Toro Loco and Mountaineer now off the line. Mountaineer holding the lead out on him, and it's going to be, oh, look out! Anderson came back from behind. Bailey's into the wall, and Anderson takes home the win here in round one. What an incredible upset for the rookie. Mountaineer and Johnson Motorsports are on the trailer tonight. Anderson moves on to round two. However, next up in round one, Rich Wagner and the Wild Hair Chevrolet representing No Fear Racing, 11-time Thunder champion, now set to take on old Chad Legit, Too Legit from Bad Weather Racing in Tropical Thunder. Now, Legit's been having an off season lately, but he's got his hands full because Rich Wagner knows how to get that truck down to the finish line first. Who's it going to be? Wild Hair in the far lane, Tropical Thunder in the near lane. There's a green light now. Both of them got to a good start. Up and over no man's land here. Legit's in trouble in no man's land. And it's all Rich Wagner and the Wild Hair taking home the win for No Fear Racing. Upsets Tropical Thunder here in round one. Let's go back and take another look here. You see him down the straight stretch. Legit is hanging right there with him. Watch right here in no man's land. Legit gets up on two wheels, and that was just enough momentum to cost him the win. Rich Wagner and Wild Hair will move on to round two action. Now up next in round one, Lewis Thompson the fourth in the Wolverine Chevrolet out of Big Lake, Minnesota has his hands full. He draws up against the current Thunder champion, Wildman Ryan Johnson, ready to rock and roll in Brodozer. Now a reminder, Ryan Johnson in Brodozer is currently 4-0. He has won 4 consecutive races to get to this point. Can he make it 5-0 against Wolverine? Or is Lewis Thompson going to have the upset in round one? Here's the green light. Wolverine got him off the line, but Brodozer coming back on him, and Ryan Johnson gets it to 5-0 here in round one. But Lewis Thompson caught him sleeping at the line. However, Brodozer does come back and pick up the win. But ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed round one action, because round two's coming up next, right after the break.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Back here now on Thursday Night Thunder as we approach round 2. Backdraft will take on Crash Test Dummy. Little Miss Dangerous draws up against Monster Patrol. Then we'll see Liquidator take on El Toro Loco. And then to close out round 2, a rematch from last week, Wild Hair takes on Brodozer. Now at first in round 2 action, Greg Durbin, last week's finalist, looking to put the Dodge in victory lane tonight. He draws up against former 4-time Thunder champion at a KnJ Motorsports, Kieran Adams. Crash Test Dummy staged over in the far lane. He's been watching Greg Durbin the last 2 weeks, knows he's got his hands full because Durbin and the Dodge have it set on kill here tonight. Who's it going to be? Dummy and Backdraft down the straight stretch now. Adams has a lead on him and Durbin's out of shape, but Backdraft came back on him in the end, and the big bad Dodge moves on to semifinal competition. Crash Test Dummy is going home. And next up, the 1941 Willies, Jessica Cook and Little Miss Dangerous, set now to take on Brian Prazak out of Outlaw Motorsports and the Monster Patrol Chevrolet, who looked really strong and made a good hard run in round 1 action. Let's see what he can do in round 2, taking on Little Miss Dangerous, staged in the near lane. Who's moving on to semifinal action to meet Backdraft? Monster Patrol, Little Miss Dangerous down the straight stretch. Prazak got her off the line, and Dangerous coming back. And I'm not sure who got the win. Dangerous down there, barrels through the mud pit. Monster Patrol got crossed up at the finish line. As we look at the photo finish, your winner, Brian Prazak and Monster Patrol. We'll see him back in semifinal competition. A tough break for Cook and Little Miss Dangerous. She gave it all she had here tonight. And next up, James Vaillancourt in the Liquidator Ford did a heck of a run in round 1 action. Now draws up against Michael Anderson and El Toro Loco, who is set and ready to go in the far lane. Knocked off the West Virginia Mountaineer earlier in round 1. He is set now to get his first big win on Thunder. The rookie has got the truck dialed in, but what's the old-time veteran got for him in round 2? There's the green light, and Liquidator got him off the line. Anderson trying to come back on him, and it's not enough. James Vaillancourt in the Liquidator Ford takes out El Toro Loco here in round 2. We'll see Liquidator back in semis. And now to close out round 2 action, a rematch from last week that was worth the price of admission. Ryan Johnson set down to take on Rich Wagner. Both of them long-time Thursday Night Thunder veterans. Brodozer got the upper hand on Wild Hair last week as Rich Wagner turned the truck over. No Fear Racing got it all back together, and here we are, back together again in round 2. Wild Hair takes on Brodozer. The two longtime veterans going head-to-head. Here's the green light now. Both of them hard off the line. They're dead even. Brodozer coming back, and it's not enough for Rich Wagner. And Ryan Johnson and Brodozer carries it to 6-0. Knocking off Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet. And I gotta tell you, Wagner's a longtime Thunder veteran. He just can't get around the old Brodozer machine. But folks, I want to take you to a quick break because March 26th of this month, Monster Mania 3 comes to you right here on the MTA YouTube channel. 32 of our best trucks are all competing for the biggest prize MTA has to offer. That is the Monster Mania 3 Championship. Again, March 26th at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss the action. Kicking off semifinal action now here on Thunder. Backdraft takes on Monster Patrol. Then we're going to see Liquidator take on the Brodozer. We're going to find out who goes on to the finals. But up first, Monster Patrol now set to take on the Backdraft Dodge. Brian Prazak and Backdraft has been looking good. Had a tough run against Little Miss Dangerous in that last round. He knows he's got his hands full because Greg Durbin and Backdraft since last week has been having a top-notch performance coming out of the Dodge Hemi power plant. Can the Dodge upset the bow tie here in semis? We're going to find out. Here's the green light. Chevrolet and Dodge down the straight stretch. They're even through no man's land, and a close race it was. However, Durbin in the Backdraft Dodge will upset Brian Prazak and Monster Patrol here in semis. And up next in semifinal competition, Ryan Johnson and Brodozer finds himself taking on another longtime Thursday Night Thunder veteran, James Vaillancourt, the owner of KnJ Motorsports, back at the starting line again. It's ready to take on Ryan Johnson and Brodozer, two longtime veterans of Thursday Night Thunder. Can Liquidator knock off the current champion to close out semifinal competition? Or is Ryan Johnson about to take the streak to 7-0? Who's going to finals? There's the green light. Brodozer got him off the line. Valancourt trying to play catch up on him and gets crossed up. And Ryan Johnson now 7-0, carrying the checkered flag into the final round here on Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, that sets us up for a rematch of last week. Here you see it again on the footage. Brodozer taking on Backdraft in the final round. It was a close race all the way to the finish line, as you see. However, it was Ryan Johnson who came up with the win as we get set to kick off the finals here tonight. Like I said, a rematch from last week. Can Greg Durbin get a little revenge on Ryan Johnson, who is staged now at the line? Four-time Thunder champion. Greg Durbin in Backdraft, a three-time Thunder champion. He wants to even the odds and make the Backdraft Dodge a four-time Thunder champion. Who's it going to be? Boat trucks are staged up at the line. Is Ryan Johnson going to carry the streak to 8-0, carrying the checkered flag on the truck? Or is Greg Durbin in the Backdraft Dodge going to have the upset of the season, knocking off his rival, Ryan Johnson and Brodozer? Boat trucks are staged at the line. A rematch from last week. Brodozer takes on Backdraft. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here on Thunder down the straight stretch. They're even through no man's land, and Ryan Johnson gets the win. 8-0 here on Thursday Night Thunder. Backdraft had nothing for him coming out of no man's land. Ryan Johnson and Brodozer gets the win here tonight to close out week 4 of the March season. Here's an instant replay. Backdraft hanging door handle to door handle with the Brodozer. Flying high right here over no man's land. It was all the horsepower Johnson could put down. He knocks off the Backdraft Dodge to close out week 4 of the March season. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, and now a 5-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. Congratulations to Ryan Johnson and Brodozer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we jump over to the overall points bracket as we close week 4 of the March season, at the latter half of the bracket, Zombie, Reptoid, and Tropical Thunder tied up at 125, leaving Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend low man on the totem pole with 120. Then, with tonight's win at the top half of the bracket, Ryan Johnson and Brodozer is officially tied for the lead with Crash Test Dummy at 185. Rounding out your top 5 is Mountaineer with 170, El Toro Loco at 165, and in 5th place, Greg Durbin and Backdraft with 160. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up week 4 of the March season right here on Thursday Night Thunder. I want to thank you all for coming out and watching the show with us. I thank you guys each and every day for the continued support of the MTA YouTube channel. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that.